Hello and welcome to my channel. Also, congratulations on managing to run out of better uses of your time. One thing I truly hate is when context is ignored. This pet peeve of mine inspired me to make this series, Context Matters, where I will take pre-existing footage of YouTubers and indulge in hypocrisy by doing what I despise. This will not be the only series within my channel, but my intent is to save my more serious thoughts for when I've got a better feel of my editing software and figure out how to not make my voice sound so stupid. For my premiere YouTube video, I thought, who better to target than my favorite YouTuber, Skag3. Without further ado... Yeah, show off your fancy intro. It's my first YouTube video, give me a break.
Let's set the stage.
Okay. I'm CoatRack89, and I'm interviewing Skag3,
You shouldn't say anything at all.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be much of an interview.
I see there are many challenged individuals in here, and I hate the challenged.
I'll just assume that was a joke. I've heard you have some interesting opinions on certain issues. Why don't you share some?
Women are fat pigs. Breastfeeding moms are disgusting. Rape doesn't exist. Hates gay people, sure, maybe. I supports clubbing baby seals. Now, is that in poor taste? Perhaps. We have a problem with Jewish terrorism.
Well, I admit I was actually unaware of that. Anyway, I've heard you keep some interesting company.
Whoa.
Okay, please change out of that.
Okay.
Are you aware there is currently a petition to label your group as a terrorist organization? How do you feel about that?
Bad idea.
Let's just assume this passes and you are on trial. What verdict do you predict?
Guilty of hate speech. I belong in jail.
Straight to the point. Very nice. Why don't you tell us a bit about your upbringing?
That's a question I get a lot. I come from a working class family. My mom and dad work hard. The old lady on a fixed income who might have to make a choice between medication and rent. The kid in poverty who wants to go to college, study hard, and make a difference in the world.
Sounds like she was a bit of a cougar then.
How fucking insensitive to my struggle.
Oh, sorry. Why don't you share some, wise words from your parents while you were growing up?
Understanding words is not your strong suit. Prejudice against the transphobic community is a very big problem. We are a proud people who just want our experiences of hating trannies to be valid. Well, thankfully, there's no culture rapey enough for you to be at risk, so don't worry about it. Love you, babe, but I can't stick with you.
Whoa, that's some deep stuff. So, did they teach you any valuable life skills, such as how to overcome adversity?
Boycotts, defamation, or any inflammatory accusation calling into question the ethics and the integrity.
Alright, moving on from your messed up childhood. So, is there any truth to those rumors about you and your co-host on Beauty and the Beta?
About 1%. Well, get ready to wonder, like it or not.
Clarification, please?
Well, mostly just talking.
Whoa, Blonde has really let herself go. How many chins does she have?
Well, at least 4 of them.
That's not very healthy. Is she considering working for Willy Wonka?
Not likely, but trending in his favor.
I mean, she looks qualified, so I guess that's a good idea for her.
Good ideas lead us to the truth.
Wait a second, is he even real?
The world may never know.
What about those rumors of his workers that she's starting to look like?
No! Unsubstantiated or outright false.
Well, that was a nice conversation.
Indeed. Stimulating debate.
So, how do you think I've done with this interview?
I'm not a fan.
Oh, okay. Well, why?
You couldn't create good ideas. You have to be exceptionally terrible at comedy and criticism.
Well, that...
The entire basis for your video is butthurt. It's perfectly reasonable to assume a Craigslist ad for Butthurt Talent Wanted made it happen.
Thanks for considering me talent, I suppose. Why don't you say something to the audience?
I'm not a fan of his ideas. Jokes about him write themselves.
You're being a bit harsh, don't you think?
The truth doesn't care if it's offensive. The truth doesn't care if it makes you uncomfortable.
Why so much hate?
I see a lot more hate in this video.
Would you at least tell me your reasoning?
There isn't any argument. I'm not examining any argument. I'm ignoring any argument.
Fine. Ad hominem it is. What's one negative quality of me?
Your obvious status as an insane person.
Do you have any basis for this claim?
You have always sucked balls.
What?
Always sucked balls? So yeah, Fuck you.
Well, thanks for watching, and in the words of Skag3,
Any reasonable person can deduce that the story alleged here is probably not accurate. In reality, the story is either entirely made up or grossly embellished.
well, let's hear Skag's review of the video.
What's amazing to me about this video is not just how bad it is, but how many people must have been involved. It's potentially dozens of people doing directing, writing, acting, filming, production, all of whom watched this piece of crap before its release and thought, yeah, this is great material, or just didn't speak up.
Well, for this video, I'll just rip off Skag3's outro.
Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate that thoughtful discussion down below, and especially over on Twitter. That is at
CoatRack89.